Hi there, welcome back again. I hope you had nice holidays, and today I thought it would be a good occasion to come to the conclusion of the abundance impulse I had with the homeless man. And um, I think I was a bit wrong. It was not entirely about healing my money trauma, but it was about learning to give with joy. And the resolution was really very surprising for me, even though I think I have not yet resolved my money trauma. Maybe there will be no resolution ever. I don't know. So, as for a summary, I had got the impulse to give a homeless man who was standing in the corners around my apartment. I had the impulse to give him 25 euros. It was all my money for the weekend. And at first I didn't want to do it. I have made a video on it. you can watch it. I think it's quite funny. It's called How I Fucked Up My First Abundance Impulse. And but some days later I returned, I gave him my 25 euro and I had the impression it was good. It was the thing I should do. And then I returned several times to give him 5 euros, which proved more difficult than the 25. And I had more struggling with it. But I realized it had to do with giving with joy. So, and in the meantime, or over time, I think I changed my habits. When I went to the ATM, I did not only take 25 euro, I took 50 euro. And so I got there less often. And I didn't see him very often then. And one day, so it's some weeks ago now, one day I got the impulse. I had already made the decision to give him 5 euro, and I got the impulse to invite him to to a hot coffee or tea and maybe something to eat. And I have to say that I had some discussion with a friend in between because she did not agree with me that I gave him this money. And she told me he was part of a gang and they had special habits and they were trained to relate to people, things like that. And yeah, I forgot. The last time I gave him my 5 euro, he had told me that his name was Nikolaus. And thanks to the 25 euro I had given him, he could buy his children something for Nikolaus too. So this is a special day where children in Germany, where children get sweets. So I had been quite happy. Maybe I'm a naive person. I will certainly make a video on innocence very soon. Anyway, I got this impulse to invite him. So what the following happened. I gave him my 5 euro. And then he said to me he wanted to go home. And the tickets were so expensive. If I could not give him 10 or 20 euro. So this was the event I had dreaded at the beginning when the whole story started. But then what happened was really very, very different. And to my utmost surprise, really, I had no emotional reaction to this. Absolutely none. I was not angry. I was not upset. I was nothing, really nothing. And I noted this very explicitly. And then I put my hand on his arm and said to him, listen, I'm sorry. I can't give you more money. I'm basically bankrupt. I'm sorry. But I would like to invite you for a hot drink. He didn't want. My friend had told me so. Doesn't matter. Then, there was a little cafe nearby, and I had wanted to go there with him to listen to his story because I wanted to know his story. I wanted to know more about his life, but he didn't want. But we were standing just in front of a bakery, and then I simply asked him, okay, what do you want? And then he said he would like a coffee and chocolate cake of some sort. And so I went inside and bought this to him and gave it to him. And then I went away. And I was so happy. I really was so happy. I was so happy because I had really no adverse reaction of any kind. I was very, very aware of this. And so I think it was it was another lesson I got. And when I came home, I even had the impression that Nikolaus, if this was really his name, smiled at me. And so, as for a conclusion. And now in some way, I feel set free too. It doesn't really matter if what he told me was wrong or not. But even I don't like, really like if I do not know. But anyhow, I had learned to give with joy. And the first time when I gave him my 25 euro, he had accepted with a lot of joy. But this was completely gone in our last interaction. And now I consider myself free. Maybe I have not seen him again, but this doesn't not necessarily mean he is not standing here any longer. Who knows? I will see. But I think this little episode is closed now. So this was all for today. Have a nice day. Bye.